Can you give us maybe one or two of your most memorable placements or accomplishments as a PR professional that you're proud of?
Yes, I'll give you two different types. I've done some great, I had an opportunity to work with Chili from TLC, which is cool because it was someone that I used to look up to. I used to enjoy when I was younger and had a lot of respect for what they did as a group. And we did a press run for her first show, What Chili Wants on VH1. And that was probably, we did a satellite media tour for Coca-Cola. And I remember going into the room with Coca-Cola, and it was Coca-Cola, their whole extensive PR marketing team, and then it was just me. And I was, navigating and coming up with a strategy on behalf of Chili, and they were doing it on behalf of their brand. And even though it seemed like it should go together, there were a lot of things that were not. You have to be, definitely your goal is to focus on your client. And we did a great press run with Coca-Cola for her, for Dasani water, that I was really, really proud of, and I really enjoyed. That was probably one of my favorite things. It was like that moment where I was like, wow, I did this thing with Coca-Cola. We're in New York, we went to LA, and after that I was able to get her some different situations. Saoirse Carson, we did some stuff with L'Oreal. That's fun. Another thing that I got, Christal Nicole, I was able to get a public TV station to tell her story, and that was a lot of fun. There was a community service nonprofit that had a television station with Robert Townsend and a lot of people that was under Obama's regime, and they did a story on Christal Nicole's life story. She had something that happened to her when she was younger. She was a victim of domestic violence, and I remember telling her the very first time we met, when she told me her story, I said, this is going to be important. Once you get to a certain level, you're going to tell this story. It's going to help people. And maybe 4 years later, she had like 4 #1 singles in that year, and I pitched her story to this nonprofit, and they made it into an actual public television like 2-part documentary that they played in schools across the country. And that's huge, and it felt good because it was something that I think helped people, and it was just off the cuff. I don't think she wasn't thinking of that type of publicity. So they flew her to DC. We went out there. She got a chance to interact with children, and it was just a really great thing. And she got a chance to tell her story from this little girl from Decatur that was in a family that was a victim of domestic violence to this, Grammy-winning songwriter. She wrote Only Girl in the World for Rihanna, at the height of everything, and won a Grammy for that. So it was a great way to take PR from music and then introduce it to a totally different audience. And to me, that's what I get excited about, when I can take something that's over here and introduce it to this. If you introduce Chili to pop fans, they already know her. They're used to that. But if you take her and her cutout is in grocery stores, because with Dasani, that's big. That's huge. Now, with Christal, she's a songwriter behind the scenes, and then we're introducing her to kids in schools across the country because of who she is, and telling them, if you stay focused and you do this, you could end up, in this situation too. To me, that's really big. That's a big impact.